My name is Terry Jefferson, and I am the recruiting/personnel assistant here at the University of Miami. Just for me personally, man, I think, Pastor Mike has done a great job at, being there for you when you need a prayer. It's nothing to, hey, Pastor Mike, can I have a quick prayer right quick? Or, if when you have time, can we, let's go through this verse and let's go through these stories that's in the Bible and kind of relate it to what I'm going through, so that I can be able to, get over certain humps that I need to get over. And just personally, I think I've had many struggles, I think emotionally and spiritually in the entire year of 2020, losing family members and, just going through ups and downs in my relationship with my current wife. And I think Pastor Mike has done an outstanding job in just, pinpointing things when we're doing Bible studies together, and just certain Bible verses that he's mentioned to me just help me understand that, okay, for one, I'm not the only person that's been through this situation, and two, there's nothing that that can stop me from overcoming, because God has given us, the strength, the power that he gives us is supernatural, and it's stuff that we can't do alone. And Pastor Mike does a great job at explaining that to us. Ever since me and my wife Danielle has taken marriage counseling with Pastor Mike, as you can see, like, the drastic difference that it would have made if we did it. Like, just for instance, our budgeting, we wouldn't even thought of, to either talk about how we would budget our money, let alone, seeing if we're going to have separate accounts or joint accounts or whatever the case may be. But just pinpointing that during our marriage counseling, it gives us the opportunity to be prepared. And you see, like, now that I'm married, that, okay, this could have been a problem if we hadn't had marriage counseling, and this could have easily sparked up, an argument or whatever the case may be. And just nipping that in the bud by doing premarital counseling is just, I think it was a relief, and I think it was something that was very beneficial. And I definitely recommend people to do so, because, you don't think about the little things that can happen. Like, when you're going through something in your relationship, you kind of say, well, if we would have did this premarital counseling, that wouldn't have stopped it. But I mean, in true reality, I honestly believe it does. And I'm just speaking from firsthand experience early in my marriage. And I can just imagine, once I start having kids and, just going on, years and years, 5 and 10 years on in my marriage, how many more problems that could potentially have an impact on our relationship, especially if we hadn't had premarital counseling. I would 1,000% recommend Pastor Mike to officiate anyone's wedding. New coaches, new staff members, even players if they're considering getting married at a young age. I believe, Pastor Mike is the best fit for him. He's a former football guy, so he does a great job at saying, relating things to football. Putting it in perspective for you to recognize, this situation is just like when this coach says this to a player, or this is a situation where this player says this to a coach. And I mean, how can you not want a guy like Pastor Mike to officiate your wedding with the way that he relates God's stories or the Bible to football the way that he does?